Hey everybody, this is my first video. I'm the Wall Street freshman. I just like to talk about my story and what's got me here. I'm 18. I just decided to start investing roughly a month ago, right when I turned 18. I've been passionate about stocks in the stock market since 2023, so a little bit of experience in just participating and watching, but there's a little bit of an uncomfortability doing it when I was a minor from the perspective of my parents. So I'm finally 18 and I've gotten started. So this is my account for the past month, and I just wanted to talk about it, introduce it, get advice, and kind of start off this YouTube channel because of it. And whatever it turns into, it turns into. All right. So the core of my individual. So I'll get into my Roth later on, but I also have a Roth. I have a part-time job, so there's a little bit of income from that stream, but I've been very careful to not put in more into my Roth than I've made through my income. So I've been vigilant about that. First, the core of my holdings is VOO, which is 36% of my holdings. I have $370. Price cost averaging, I'm at $680. I bought in a few dips, but it is in an even bigger dip right now. Sure, as you can see, it a little bit of a dip here, but it was at 690 at one point, almost 700. So yeah, definitely a bit down, but nothing too crazy, nothing outside the ordinary. But yeah, as far as VOO, I'm a big fan of dividend ETFs. So I have 15 shares across SCHY and SCHD. These are two I'm pretty proud of, at least for now. Both are mid to high 3% dividend kickbacks. I mean, obviously, dividends aren't free money. They're taken out of the stock price in a way, but I am super, pleased with the returns, at least so far. This is the international one, 9 for this. And then as far as SCHD goes, I have 6 and an even stronger return of $7 on only 6 stocks. And dollar cost averaging, it's went up $1 in the last month that I've had it. So I mean, really, really happy that the growth that I've seen is at SCHD around 2% for the last 3 months, or 2.25 and change. That's pretty good to see. Um, Now we're getting to some of the more speculative stuff. Sprouts I bought at a pretty bad price at $80, but I'm not too disenfranchised. Wednesday, they have quarterlies. This is a really long-term position for me. I mean, as a Midwesterner, big fan of Meyer, um, or Myers, however you want to say it. But it's kind of one of those regional powerhouses, and I have belief that Sprouts can really continue to progress. I mean, we've seen some public expansions, and they plan to expand by a strong middle single digit um, per year. So I think there's some solid growth to be had here. I don't think the Sprouts hype is gone, but I definitely think that it can return to that 160 price in a few years, and that is really what I'm pushing for personally. Kind of going to hold on to that one for a while. Now, we're even the more speculative that we go, YMAX, I just wanted to dip my toe in. I wanted to see how yield maxes worked and kind of just get my foot in the door. I have lost money. Um, Cumulatively, you don't necessarily do if you fully reinvest your dividends, because obviously there's that erosion of stock price, as I'm sure you could see. But that's the punishment for getting those weekly, nice dividends, those 14-cent per stock dividends. Tilray, a like marijuana company, nothing too crazy about this. This is another speculative position. They have quarterly earnings tomorrow, which is the 28th of July. So we'll see how that goes. And last but not least, really income. I probably will move this before the end of this month, so in a few days, if not soon. Or I might keep it here and put more into my retirement instead, but kind of just avoid that dividend kickback. But yeah, a monthly dividend earning, really income, pretty strong. I kind of just like having a wide swap. So for me, this Tilray and YMAX kind of speculative positions, but I'm proud at least with what I have. You know, if you can't tell, I'm a big ETF and dividend investor, and I love any advice that people could provide me. Obviously, I've been investing for only 1 year or 1 month, and been in the space for 2 years. So I mean, not a not a huge amount of knowledge behind it, but I love opinions if they're critical. As far as my Roth goes, obviously there's this more bounce up, but that's because I've gotten the match money from them. But yeah, I'm happy with this. VOO is another big staple in this one, even more so in this. Large percentage of my portfolio in my Roth, 48%, roughly half. And then the other 25 and 25 is SEHY and SEHD. I'm perfectly okay with that and trying to keep my Roth relatively basic and just continuing to accumulate income. And one of the things is I'd like to probably be a little more Roth centric as time goes on and just really capitalize on my biggest advantage, and that being 18. And I'm able to see the interest and just residual income build up and see that it just really compounds and continue to build this Roth IRA into something really, really strong. So yeah, I mean that's a general overview of my account. I think a lot of the things that I'm gonna be doing with this are these weekly or bi-weekly updates. Obviously, as schooling comes up for me, that might slow down, but I think I can keep consistent for sure to bi-weekly and preferably weekly. So we'll see how that goes, and then we'll dive into probably some quarterly earning stuff. I have a little bit of a law background, just with some schooling. So I'll probably talk about some quarterly background and kind of learn with you guys and learn from you guys. So thanks for tuning in and yeah.